And right now, we've got a question about where's Peacemaker 2? Check it out.
Hey guys, Alex here. Just wondering what the chances are you think of us getting a Peacemaker Season 2. I really love Season 1, so I'm really hoping we get a Season 2, but I know it wasn't on the DC slate. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, Alex, thanks a lot for sending that in. And listen, one of my favorite things about being a movie and television fan is when you come across something that you think is going to be garbage and you end up absolutely falling in love with it. I hated the idea of them doing a Peacemaker series. I hated it. I thought it was the stupidest idea in the world. I thought nobody would care. And even when they dropped the first trailer, I remember being on the John Campea Show and saying, that looked like it was filmed on a VHS camera and it looked stupid. And remember the first scene they released a clip, was their first promo piece. And the clip was in the diner. And he brings in, he has Eagly in the car and they're talking about he's got a pet eagle. I just remember thinking, this looks cheap. It just visually, it looked cheap. And this is not funny. And who the hell asked for a TV show with Peacemaker? Well, much like how that was my thought going into the Harley Quinn animated series, the opening credits for Peacemaker hit. And I was like, forget everything I've ever said about this show. This is one of the greatest things ever on TV. I still contend this is the greatest opening credits of any TV show ever. The Peacemaker opening number is the greatest opening credits. It beats Game of Thrones. It beats everything. It's the greatest opening sequence of anything ever. And I fell in love with this show. Not just because it was wildly raunchy humor, but because beneath it, and this is what James Gunn is so good at, beneath it were some real serious emotional stuff that went on. And it was a good story. And I enjoyed it. And it was wild and it was imaginative and it was hilarious. And I loved this show. And surprisingly enough, it went on to become, while running, the biggest show in the world. It was the #1 show in the world while it was running. Who the hell saw that coming? I don't even think John Cena saw that coming. Like even Cena didn't see it coming. And it was incredible. Now bring in the whole upheaval going on at DC. Would Peacemaker survive? Traditional logic says yes for two reasons. Number one, it was the biggest thing that they've ever done. Success-wise, I mean, it's crazy. Number two, one of the co-stars of the show just so happens, coincidentally, to be married to the CEO of DC. Harcourt in the show, that's James Gunn's wife. So traditional logic would say because of the tremendous, outrageous success of the show, it's probably going to continue. And the fact that it's a show starring the boss's wife, probably going to continue. However, though, where was Peacemaker during the big James Gunn, Peter Safran announcement? Because they're announcing stuff. They talked about Waller. That's a TV series. That's coming out. That's connected to the Peacemaker series. That's coming out. They're talking about projects coming out in 2025, 2026, and even on the edge of 2027. And in the midst of all that, there was no mention of Peacemaker. Now, James Gunn and Peter Safran were also quick to point out that this is just part of our announcement. I mean, we got a lot more planned and all that kind of stuff. So it is possible that at Comic-Con, James Gunn could be on stage and John Cena could come out, if you really want it. And John Cena comes walking out on stage at Comic-Con with his freaking hat and all that kind of stuff and says, we're back, coming summer 2024, Peacemaker season 2. I mean, they could totally do that. But I love these two together, by the way. I love these two together. Anyway, but I mean, it was kind of odd that it was not even brought up during the big DC announcement that they had. So while I still believe there is going to be a Peacemaker season 2, I still believe it. I loved him too. Well, that was Judo Master, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, I loved Judo Master. I loved him. Their fights were awesome. Okay, anyway. Every picture you bring up, I just want to stop and talk about the episodes. So while I still believe there is going to be be very clear. I still believe there's going to be a Peacemaker season 2. I do also wonder if there is a chance that maybe there won't be. Because number one, they made no announcements about it. Number two, maybe they are trying to, kind of reboot, although they're doing Waller. But maybe the fact that it was James Gunn's wife's show, maybe that makes James Gunn think, you know what? To show that I'm not going to play favorites, I'm going to axe my own wife's show. Now, I'm not saying he's doing that. I think there will be a Peacemaker season 2. But maybe James Gunn and Peter Safran are sitting there and going, you know what? Maybe just to make it real clear I'm not playing favorites, I need to cancel my own wife's show. Although at that point, why would you cancel a show with hundreds of people who work on it? Why don't you just recast your wife's role? I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. Taylor, is there going to be a Peacemaker season 2?
I don't think we're going to get a straight up season 2 of Peacemaker. I think it's going to transition into Waller. I think we're going to get a big crossover. But I think the reason why it wasn't announced, I honestly think that's it. It's going to be Waller. We're going to get... I'm hoping for more Eagly, honestly. D. Bradley Baker as Eagly is so good. Judo Master, Jennifer Harcourt, or no, what's her name? Jennifer
Harcourt.
No, but Jennifer Holland. Right?
Yeah, Harcourt is the character's name.
I just love the whole cast. I'm trying not to spoil anything because there is something that recently happened that you know about, that I know about, that some people don't know about, that may have been pointing to they will continue these characters. So I hope they will.
Jonathan, is there going to be a Peacemaker season 2?
I mean, I was thinking maybe they could make an argument that this is a remnant still of the last of the DCEU. So they go through with season 2 and then there it ends, because they want to finish their story and it's successful. It's making, it's drawing people to the service,
There's another argument to be made. Now, remember I just said, like, maybe at this summer at Cinema or at Comic-Con, James Gunn's on stage and then out comes John Cena and whatever. Like, and if they do announce Peacemaker season 2 summer 2024, well, what does that mean? That would mean Peacemaker season 2 would come out before the beginning of the new DC, because the new DC doesn't start until 2025.
That's why
with
I think
Superman Legacy, right?
Yeah.
So they could theoretically still do a Peacemaker season 2 and still kind of reset the universe if they want. Anyway, there's a lot of possibilities.
I think his responsibilities are super stacked against him. He can't concentrate on making a great show if he's running a whole thing, right? So
it could be that he wrote this. He could have written the season 2 last year.
Or maybe he's looking for the perfect person to helm season 2. So
maybe to take as the showrunner. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. So but he certainly can't be the showrunner of season 2 and be prepping to direct Superman Legacy.
Oh, yeah. No way.
And run DC
maybe
Studios. He can't do all three.
Maybe it's just not on his mind right now. You know what I mean?
Could be.
I did find a quote from Deadline. This was on January 31st about the continuation of Peacemaker. It says, from James Gunn, "We're using the same actors. This is a continuation of Peacemaker," in reference to Waller.
Right.
"I'm working on Superman, so we can't do Peacemaker season 2. We're working on Waller in between."
So is that a misdirect? Is that just the answer right there?
I think.
If so, doing a Waller series instead of Peacemaker 2 sounds like a pretty stupid decision. But watch this. Now Waller comes out, and I'm going to think that's the greatest show of all time. Guys, question is for you. What do you think? Do you think that is a guaranteed lock, stock, no doubt we're going to get a Peacemaker season 2? Or with all these things we've been talking about, do you think that does cast a little bit of doubt on it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.